It wasn't a beautiful match. In truth, it was one of those games where tactics took center stage and football took a step back. Napoli versus AC Milan turned into a tense, cautious battle, shaped more by fear of losing than by the desire to win. And while the scoreboard says Napoli came out on top, the story behind the result deserves a deeper look. Napoli earned the victory, not because they dominated Milan or overwhelmed them with chances, but because Milan simply created too little. At the same time, Napoli themselves were far from spectacular. Clear opportunities were rare on both sides, and the match hinged on fine margins. Exactly the kind of game where scoring first almost guarantees success. That's precisely what happened. Milan were punished for 2 defensive positioning errors, and in a match this tight, that was enough to decide everything. Yet football isn't only about the final score. Sometimes the most important lessons lie beneath the surface, and from this defeat, Milan can take home 3 key takeaways. First, from now on, Milan have just one competition to focus on: the league. No distractions, no divided energy, no midweek compromises. This could be a blessing in disguise. With a clear weekly routine and time to recover and prepare, the squad has the chance to find continuity, improve chemistry, and sharpen its identity. For a team still in the process of growth, this focus could be invaluable. Second, despite the loss, Napoli are not superior to Milan. The result might suggest otherwise, but the performance does not. Napoli won because they were more clinical, not because they were better in every aspect of the game. The balance between the two sides remains thin. Milan were not outclassed. They were outmaneuvered in decisive moments. That distinction matters, especially when looking ahead to the rest of the season. Third, and perhaps most importantly, there is room for optimism. With a fully fit squad, a couple of targeted reinforcements in January, and continued development, Milan can absolutely stay in the race for a top 4 finish. And if the Rossoneri are still close to the top of the table with 10 matches to go, who's to say they can't aim for something more? Football history is full of teams that grew quietly before making a decisive push. This defeat hurts, but it doesn't define Milan's season. It serves as a reminder that margins are small, mistakes are costly, and belief must remain intact. The road ahead is long, and Milan still have plenty to say. A Rossonero greeting to all Milan fans around the world. Forza Milan.